Episode 56ch. NASA is getting really serious about tracking air pollution. Excerpts edited by Rozep for brevity and clarity. NASA is tackling air quality from all angles, for the health of people and the planet. April 9, 2023, just after midnight, the NASA launched its first instrument capable of hovering over North America to spy on urban pollution. This summer, the team will enhance that data with measurements taken by aircraft. NASA also just announced its first satellite mission that will be done in partnership with health experts to reveal the relationship between specific health conditions and the toxic airborne particles lingering above some of the world's largest cities. Overall, they want to create a granular portrait of what exactly is in the sky and how it got there. A granular portrait can't be detailed with ground-based pollution monitors alone. 79% of U.S. counties lack an Environmental Protection Agency monitor on the ground, so the EPA's information isn't representative of the air most Americans are breathing. Data from other parts of the world is even more sparse. The transition to urban air quality monitoring is relatively new. There are challenges to monitoring emissions over anything as small as a city, much less a neighborhood, from a space as gigantic as the sky. The agency's first satellite dedicated to studying atmospheric carbon dioxide, the Orbiting Carbon Observatory, thru, launched in 2014 and is still active. Its successor, OCO3, is now mounted on the International Space Station. The two have produced detailed area maps of carbon emissions over the Los Angeles basin and from Europe's largest power plant. But while OCO3 passes over nearly every city on Earth, its information is still limited because it lacks continuous monitoring of any location over long periods. Science Moms. https://www.youtube.com/watch?the=UMLOMF Hill 34. YouTube video, Moms are really excited about clean energy, a heat pump, won on a game show. Canada, British Columbia. Wood debris piles to be burned in Seymour Ridge area, CFNR Network. CFNR Network. The BC Wildfire Service and Ministry of Forests Wildfire Risk Reduction Program warn that smoke may be visible from Highway 16, Smithers, Telkwa, and United Kingdom. UK, Birmingham. Rozep view, an Australian woman, telling her wood-burning neighbor that she is polluting, is not brutal or raging. The Australian woman's handwritten letter simply states that the wood-burning neighbor is polluting the neighbor woman's backyard. The letter states that the woman and her children cannot go outside their home into their own yard and enjoy the spring weather in peace and in clean air. Below is the latest example of the UK tabloids repeatedly showing a photo taken of the handwritten letter, apparently trying to mock the Australian woman by using words like brutal and angry and raging. The UK tabloids are apparently catering to their wood-burning readers in the UK who would like to feel they are being traumatized by having to give up their wood-burning, which produces pollution, and which serves no purpose in their empty lives, but is a polluting, inefficient, time-wasting tradition that they don't want to break. Residential wood-burning is not even physically addictive like the nicotine in cigarettes is addictive to smokers. Cigarette smoking is banned in workplaces now, and wood-burning stoves can be banned in residential areas for the same reasons, for public health. Residential wood-burning additionally contributes to climate change. If there was a law stating that the government has to hand out particulate monitors, such as Purple Air PM2.5 monitors to every resident who complains to the government of wood-burning smoke from their wood-burning neighbors' PM2.5 smoke entering their yards and infiltrating their homes, and if there was a law stating that the government would have to use the PM2.5 monitor data showing pollution exceeding PM2.5 EPA safe limits as evidence to shut down the polluting wood stoves, this woman would not have to make her individual case to the wood-burning neighbor. The government in that instance would be ensuring the woman's right to clean air for herself and her children, without the case being breathlessly covered by the tabloids as some sort of scandal. Raging neighbor sends brutal letter to woman using wood-burning fire, Birmingham Live. Birmingham Live. A woman has shared the angry letter that she received from her next-door neighbors over her use of her wood-burning fireplace. UK, Brighton. How race and income can determine the quality of the air you breathe. Using data published in the Science Advances Journal and a report for the Environmental Defense Fund, Stacker looked at disparities in particulate pollution exposure in the U.S. April 7, 2023. Using data published in the Science Advances Journal and a report for the Environmental Defense Fund, Stacker looked at disparities in particulate pollution exposure in the U.S. Asia. Japan. Rosep view, Japan's green revolution is greenwashing since it is simply replacing coal burning with wood burning, which is more polluting than coal burning. The list of organizations protesting this replacement of coal burning by wood burning is extensive and is included in full here. NGO joint statement, co-firing of biomass in coal plants or conversion of coal power. Mighty Earth. Wood pellets are one of the primary biomass fuels used for biomass co-firing at Doctors and Scientists Against Wood Smoke Pollution, DSAWSP. NGO joint statement, co-firing of biomass in coal plants or conversion of coal power plants to dedicated biomass power plants is greenwashing. April 11, 2023. Excerpt of letter edited by Rosep for brevity and clarity. Biomass accelerates climate change and destroys forest ecosystems. In Japan, the co-firing of biomass in coal power plants and conversion of coal-fired power plants to biomass are currently taking place at a rapid pace. Already 31 coal-fired units, or about half of the coal-fired power plants of major power utilities, are co-firing with biomass. At least 40 of the Renewable Energy Feed-in Tariff (FIT) approved biomass power projects are at coal power plants, and 35 of these plants are designated as inefficient, subcritical or supercritical. Biomass co-firing for industrial self-generation at in-house coal-fired power plants and other power plants is also part of Japan's Green Transformation (GX) policy. Hereby, we urge the Japanese government to take following measures. Achieve a coal exit as soon as possible, regardless of biomass co-firing. Do not support biomass co-firing or dedicated biomass power plants. Exclude biomass power generation that uses fuels other than waste from the definition of renewable energy. And do not provide subsidies or other support. Require that CO2 emissions from biomass combustion be accounted for at the power plant level. Count CO2 emissions from biomass combustion by the consuming country and incorporate this into their carbon accounting. Signatories, 90 organizations. Friends of the Earth Japan. Japan. Greenpeace Japan. Japan. Houghton Group. Japan. Kiko Network. Japan. Global Environmental Forum. Japan. Japan Tropical Forest Action Network. Japan. Institute for Sustainable Energy Policies. Japan. Japan Center for a Sustainable Environment and Society. Japan. Climate Action Network Japan Can Japan. Japan. Citizens Alliance for Saving the Atmosphere and the Earth, CASA. Japan. Accede Japan. Japan. 350.org Japan. Japan.